Today we're privileged to have with us Steve Nugent, Senior Wellness Director at Manatech Incorporated. Welcome, Steve. We're here today to talk about OsoLean powder, the proprietary peptide technology that Manatech offers. What separates OsoLean powder from the other weight management products that are on the market today?
Well, the idea here is advanced technology. You see, our competitors will either use stimulants of various types or perhaps starvation diets. Both approaches really are wrong and totally unhealthy. What we do is we've used an advanced technology to identify specific peptides from whey protein. We know through science that certain peptides have certain activities. So by identifying just the peptides that we want, we can concentrate those to get specific activities for more efficient lean bodies. So we can have more efficient conversion of stored fat into energy. And we can help to control appetite. There's a number of factors you can do with these peptide technologies that you simply can't do with ordinary weight loss products.
So what if results are more visible in terms of clothing and measurements versus weight and scales? Is there some sort of advice you can give people to stay motivated?
That's a very important question. You see, around the world, people have been conditioned to think in terms of kilograms, and really that's the wrong approach. Because what we want to do is lose stored body fat. We don't want to lose muscle mass, and we're not interested in losing water weight. Well, water is very heavy, and muscle mass is actually about 20% heavier by centimeter than fat mass is. So what you want to look at is the number of centimeters reducing, not the number of kilograms. Kilograms are irrelevant. In fact, at a certain point, you may even want to be putting on kilograms. When I personally took 25 centimeters off of my waist, I actually had a net gain of 2 kilograms because I put on so much new muscle mass. And the key was to take 25 centimeters of fat off of my body. And that's the key with the OsoLean technology.
And why do people sometimes plateau on a weight management program?
Plateauing is very normal. It's very natural. It is really the body's time for making an adjustment. You see, your body is always trying to maintain balance, or what's called homeostasis. And every time you make a dramatic change, say a dramatic change in the amount of fat mass that you have on your body has to reassess where you're at and try and find a new state of balance. While it's doing this reassessment, you plateau, and you probably won't lose any more body fat during that period of time. But they're temporary. In fact, when I lost my 25 centimeters from my waist, I actually plateaued 11 times in 18 months. So plateaus are normal. They should occur. Expect them. Don't worry about them. Just know that it's part of the process.
And when you're in a plateau, what can you do to come back out of it?
The first thing you want to do is avoid extremes. And that's the first mistake that most people make. They're thinking, well, I need to really starve myself now, really reduce my calories. You have a mechanism in your brain that, again, wants to look at balance. If you're going in any extreme, one way or the other, what's going to happen is your body is going to want to stop what you're doing. You plateau. The best thing you can do is follow the OsoLean program as directed. And at some points, it may seem slow and easy, but slow and steady wins the race. And that's what we want to do.
And do you have any tips on how to have calorie-controlled meals, especially for people who have quite hectic lifestyles with frequent traveling, eating out, that sort of thing?
That's a real problem these days, but we have a good solution. There's something called the GlycoSlim drink. I formulated this product for the purpose of actually replacing meals in a very healthy way. And in fact, you have the full nutrition that you need to replace one full healthy meal. If you follow government guidelines around the planet, most countries have pretty close to the same guidelines, and they're basing your daily requirements on a 2,000 calorie a day diet. Well, if you look at that, and if you divide that by 3, that means that each of your meals is going to be somewhere between 600 and 700 calories. The amount of calories that you need for the GlycoSlim drink is so small that when you deduct that, and of course you also factor in the calories that you saved by not eating the regular meal, you've saved about 500 calories. Our scientific studies with the OsoLean product show us that if we can get people to reduce their daily intake by about 500 calories, they'll have success on the OsoLean plan.
And what is the first sign to note that the OsoLean powder is working?
You'll have a change in centimeters, probably more than a change in kilograms. So you'll see your clothes are fitting looser, and If you're measuring yourself once a week, as I recommend that you do, then you're going to see a change in centimeters probably every week. Keep in mind that the centimeters will change in different places. For instance, some men may want to just see the waistline change, and some women perhaps may just want to see the hips change. Well, your body's going to take off fat wherever it takes off fat. It's up to your body, it's not up to you. But the important thing is that fat is changing every week, that you're actually losing some, perhaps from the upper arms, perhaps from the waist, other parts of the body. So you want to measure several parts of the body and do that once a week to track your progress.
Is there any other advice you'd like to give on the OsoLean powder?
The best advice is follow the program as directed. Scientific study has been done on this, human study. We know that the technology works. It's a sound technology. And if you follow it as directed, that really is the best advice. Make sure, in my opinion, I think you should really use the GlycoSlim drink so that you are replacing one meal every day and saving that 500 calories. And of course, you should do exercise. I know everyone hates the word because it has all sorts of negative connotations. And maybe you can use the word activity, playing tennis, swimming, walking, riding your bicycle, any kind of activity. All of that contributes to the overall burn and contributes to a lean, healthy body. So that's what you should do.